Eagle-Eyed Football here. It's another episode of Get Amped. This match day 6. Now, for those who obviously haven't seen the show, it's a weekly show looking at every Sunday night, and any fan can call in, talk about their team's performance. It's been interesting, obviously, weekend of football actually. Kicked off with obviously Chelsea losing to Man City, which I got that score prediction completely wrong. Completely wrong. And fair play to City, like they pretty much dominated. They pretty much dominated. And then also when you look at Manchester United, they obviously lost to Villa. But there was massive drama at the end of the game there, boy. But I'll leave that for the United fans to jump on if they're here to come and have their say. And then other than that, today, North London derby, fair play to Arsenal, fair play to them there. Spurs are in trouble. Spurs are in trouble, to be fair. So yeah, it is what it is. Got our first caller in already. And we got my guy from South Africa, United fan. Be interesting to see what he's got to say. Yo, Connect, what's he saying?
Yo, bro, if I called yesterday, I was pissed, bro. I was angry, yo. Imagine this was the first time Aston Villa won against Man United. After 47 games, David Moyes never won against Man United. They got the first win last week. It's been a bad week for Man United.
What do you think went wrong yesterday?
I think the McFred situation is a problem because we have one of the best deep line playmaker in Paul Pogba playing on the left. And whenever Paul plays on the left, he tends to drift inside and leaves a huge gap. So Shaw has to run back and forth to cover space. And I think that's why he got an injury. I think that he pulled a muscle yesterday.
So do you think Paul Pogba playing on the left is the issue? Or do you think there's bigger issues in the squad?
There's bigger issue in the squad. I think there's no tactics. This thing of our players, whenever they're next to the box, they just shoot. I think that's all it's telling them, just shoot on sight. just shoot on sight. We can't. There's 2 chances. I think Greenwood could have left that game with 2 or 3 assists yesterday.
Let's talk about your midfield, because obviously a lot's been made about it. Your starting midfield of McTominay and Fred. Like, what's your thoughts on them and whether or not that's going to be Ollie's downfall?
McFred are not good enough. I don't think McFred can play for any top 10 team in the Premier League. Let's be honest. We have Donny. Do you know that Donny, when he was at Ajax, he was number 23 in the Ballon d'Or list. He doesn't play. He doesn't. Bruv, let's talk about Fred. Fred, he's been poor the whole season. But for some weird reason, Ole just trusts him because he has a lot of energy, because he runs around the pitch. He brings up play, but he gives the ball back so he can run again. Bruv. The midfield is a huge issue. That's what I'm saying. Imagine we sacrificing a lot of Pogba's game just to accommodate McFred. We have Donny van de Beek on the pitch, Barcelona, Real Madrid. A lot of teams, top teams, were looking at Donny. He's sitting on the bench because of McFred. That's one of the biggest problem Oli has. His loyalty to players like Fred and McTominay. At best, I think they are squad players. Those type of players you put for the last 10 minutes to seal off the game. I don't have any problem with that. But as our starting 11, nah. Imagine
Um,
having one of the greatest footballers of all time having 4 shots on target. Ronaldo had 4 shots on target yesterday. He looked no, that's what, and a lot of Man United fans are gonna hate me for saying this. But when I saw Man United were in for Ronaldo, I was like, oh Lord. Oh nah. I'm
why's
not
that?
sure that Ronaldo's gonna have I'm not sure Ronaldo's he's gonna get what he's hoping for because of I don't trust the coach at all. I don't trust my midfield at all.
Go on. Here's your platform. Then talk to us. Why do you think Ronaldo's signing wasn't a good signing in your opinion?
I love Ronaldo. Reason why I want Ronaldo to succeed. Now you have Ronaldo in Man United who's having 4 shots on target in the entire 90 minutes. You have Donny van de Beek, someone who can link up play with your midfield and your attackers. You have Jadon Sancho on the bench, someone who's well known for assist, but the manager doesn't even look at them. Yesterday, if I was Solskjaer yesterday, 10 minutes of the game, 15, 20 minutes of the game, I'm left with one substitution. Bring on Sancho. Matty Cash and Target, there were a lot of holes Sancho could have exploited them. But Oli just went with another striker, another number 9, and we didn't need another number 9 on that pitch. We needed a winger to take off the pressure from Bruno. Yo, Bruno, play as a 10. I'm gonna exploit the spaces, try to create things. But he just went with Cavani and we lost.
Well, listen. Thanks for coming on. And to be fair, you've managed to compose yourself because if you're saying you were angry last night, you've managed it all right, boy.
I found myself going on Google. I was like KG. I went on YouTube googling best technical managers just to consume. I was like, wow. Have you seen Southampton play last week when they played against Man City? Well drilled side. Everyone knew their job. I'm not sure what's our tactics. I'm not sure. I have zero
Boy.
faith in all.
Boy.
Oh,
To
man.
be fair, I think there's going to be quite a few United fans that are going to be Ollie out. I mean, it kind
There's
of
a lot.
it goes in waves. It's like Ollie out, then it's Ollie in, then it's Ollie out, then it's Ollie in. So
And I'm one person I love. I'm always complaining about United fans not being united, and Ole is always that one person who divides the fan base.
this is it. But listen, bro, thanks for calling in. Thanks for
Thanks,
calling
Eagles.
in. Enjoy your evening. Don't be too stressed.
I won't, bro. I'm chilled right now. I'm chilled.
Big up, bro. Big up.
Thanks.
Yeah, United fans are stressed. I've got another one coming in now. Orts and Roland, sit tight. You're going to be coming in soon as well. Parallel, what are you saying? You're muted. I don't think he was ready to come on.
No, I'm here. My
There you
bad,
are.
bro.
Cool.
Yeah. What's going on, bro? You all right?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. Thanks for jumping on.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the other day was wild. I don't know if you just saw me. I just had another session. I kind of barked off again. I'm
Was it
pissed.
on KG's one, yeah?
Yeah.
I had a stream at the same time, so I couldn't even jump on.
Yeah, I saw the notifications. Thanks for the subs and whatnot. I'm pissed. I'm pissed at our fan base. I'm like really bothered. I was saying on KG's channel, like, you know, my first game was in 01. You know, I lived down in London. I sat with the home team. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So my neighbor, because obviously my family couldn't go, so I sat with the home team and watched United. I've travelled up to Manchester United from London, gone on Euston, you know, arrived at Old Trafford and watch United get absolutely slapped 6-1 by Manchester City and then make the journey down and, you know, be miserable. I have never seen a fan base like what team do you support?
Palace.
Palace. All right, you're real. All right, cool. but but I rip Arsenal fans. Like, I think the Arsenal fan base is one of the most funniest fan base to like laugh at, right? And
Go on.
I've realized that Manchester United fan base ain't that much different. Like, we have a section of our fan base which are actually dumb. They're actually just dumb. Like I observe them and I liken them to the people who are running around grabbing petrol. Like, I think they're like they're just slow. They're just slow. And it's like, and I'm looking at them and I'm like, do you know how stupid you sound? All right, I'll give you this case. I was telling KG on his channel, I was like, you know, I'm head of department at my job, and there was a role, right? There was a role, and somebody wanted to be the TL for the paid advertisement. One of the guys is exceptionally, I know this, trust me, I'm gonna bring it all around and tie it together, right? One of the guys was exceptionally good at his job. Every single time he's on target. When it comes to quarter, he's blowing it away. But in those quarters where he's not on target, suddenly he'll disappear. He'll do a buy on me. He'd have some sort of mental breakdown, or he have some sort of illness. So when I went to give somebody the role, I went for another person. I didn't go for him, right?
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people who are watching, like a lot of people within the business, look at that and think, oh, he's threatened by him and da 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 da. And it's not that. Me and the vice president know why I selected said person, right? And that's to say, people who are looking at management from one perspective don't necessarily understand what entirely goes on the background. I'll give you another case in point. When we had Lukaku, we wanted to bench Lukaku, right? And we wanted to play Rashford through the middle. And everybody was saying, play Rashford through the middle, play Rashford through the middle. What's wrong with Jose? You don't know he can't play Rashford. Everybody was criticizing Jose's tactics. Now, me personally, I hate Jose. When he did the football heritage thing, but I can admit he was right. Because when he left, we played Rashford through the middle, didn't work. Played Thiago through the middle, didn't work. Lukaku's now Chelsea's number 9. Apparently, they're going to win the league. They might even win the Champions League again. So what's that? That tells you Jose had an insight that we didn't. Right? So when people come on here, or people come on platforms and they think because they know what a tracheostomy is on Football Manager or a Radumitar or some stupid tactic because you're really good at FIFA, we should do 3 at back and 2 in midfield. You're an idiot. You're an actually idiot. You're just dumb. You're just dumb. Like you don't know. Your opinion is either from watching from the stands or watching from your television. Listen, I love Donny van der Beek. I love Bailly, right? I watch Donny van der Beek. Everybody wants Donny van der Beek in the middle of the pitch. I like him. I'd like to see him tried out there. But if Ollie says no, right, I have to trust his... Why? Because I can look at a situation and say, you know what, that West Ham in the cup, that was Donny van der Beek's man. And the thing with fans, and the reason why I think they've become so dumb, is the headlines, the talk sport, the it's a joke with the embarrassment of riches United when you see teams like Brighton ever perform better as a team. Listen, all I can talk about when people talk about people and their performance, I can do my job as a fan, which is to support my team. I support my team, and at the end of the season, I take a look and say, what happened? I've supported Ollie, and every single season, at the end of the season, I look and I see we've progressed up the table. What you don't do is you don't put pressure on your team mid-season and then laugh at the results and say, oh, how do these people call themselves supporters? It baffles me. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you should wait when we're in the relegation zone and be like everything has balance to it. Like, you know what I mean? If you see we're 19th, or like if Arteta's thing, I think personally Arteta's the terrible manager and whatnot. There's so many different layers as to why I think Arteta's not a good manager. But when you can say, right, a certain manager has come in and developed some cachet, right? What's funny?
So you're an Arsenal fan here.
No, your manager's joke. Your manager's a joke. but when you look at our manager and you say, right, he's developed a cachet. His cachet has been season upon season. It's not been won by Jose like he's got a funny little League Cup or a funny little Europa Cup. You can see there has been progression in the team. You support him throughout the season and you review the position at the end of the season. That's what you call supporting your team, because you are seeing a progression which you can get behind. I personally think right now, Arsenal fans are the worst. Secondly, Manchester United. A segment of them, let me not say entirely, a segment of Arsenal fans and a segment of United fans are just fucking terrible.
Also, I'm going to give you a chance to come back on this one. Roland, sit tight. I'm going to bring you in as well because I know you're itching. As an Arsenal fan, talk to Parallel about his views as you say.
Yo,
that you guys are just...
first and foremost, Rich, I'd just like to apologize because I had a moment of an emotional moment a few weeks ago, as you know. But it wasn't the banter. I can take banter, as you know. It was just my team was pissing me off. But you know what? Let me just sit up for this because yes, I just like to apologize. But I'm back now, and I'm fully loaded. Yeah, I'm fully loaded. You get me, Rich? I'm fully loaded. But to my man's point about the fans, do you know what? I totally agree.
Facts.
Arsenal fans, you see, I was saying when we was losing those 3 games and stuff like that, I felt like there was a bit of a witch hunt from the media and things like that. But Arsenal fans have allowed other fans and other people from the media that are not Arsenal fans to basically for everybody just to attack us. Do you know what I mean? Because we was getting it from all angles. We was getting it from our own fans. We was getting it from media. People just taking the piss. Do you know what I mean? Running jokes left, right, and center. But it's our own fault because we're just a horrible fan base. When it's bad, we're just a horrible fan base. There's no balance. And I feel like I do watch a lot of Man United stuff as well. And I feel the same kind of energy coming from their fans as well, to be honest. But what I will say is the Arteta slander, all right, cool. That's fine. Everyone can have their own opinion, but he's by far a better manager than Oli.
Let me interject here, right? And this is part of my thing as to when we talk about management. Yeah, management for me is more than I remember Thiago Motta saying he had a 2-7-2 and all of them things my philosophy is to do a gen press. I think management is more you see when I was critical of Arteta when he started saying non-negotiables and all that funny business. I was like, is that how you manage people? You get more bees with honey than vinegar. But where I will say I've seen a little bit of a change in terms of how he's managing people is Ainsley Maitland-Niles. When Ainsley put up that Insta story and how he responded to that story, I said, he's learning. It's unfortunate he's learning on the job. That's how you're supposed to be able to get your players on side. But at least he's not repeating the same mistake he did with the William Salibas and the Gwendouses.
Can I interject?
Go for it.
Because you see, this is where Oli as a man manager is better than Arteta. I'll give him that. Yeah, as a tactician, Oli can't even chat to man in the championship. To be honest with you, right?
Okay.
But the problem with Arsenal, is that for so many years we was labelled soft heart, weak mentality. These were labels that we got under Uncle Wenger. Do you know what I mean? The greatest. You understand? So
the greatest, you said.
One of the greatest. Sure, say okay. One of the greatest. The greatest in Arsenal
Scotland.
The greatest in Arsenal's history. Shall I say? Yeah. And so we got those labels under him. Now Arteta's
obviously played for Arsenal, whatever like that. So he knows what goes on behind closed doors. Yeah. So I feel like he's come in and he's kind of done this little bit of a Mourinho thing, and what he's trying to do is change that culture a little bit. He's trying to change the mentality, because for so long, for too many years, we had players that were just too relaxed under Wenger, or just, you know what I mean? Like, they all loved Wenger so much, they were like a father figure, but they began to take the piss. Ozil, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Bellerin, like, do you know what I mean? These players here, like, they get too comfortable. They get too comfortable. Basically, in Arsene Wenger's best days, there was a level of intensity. That's why we went unbeaten. You understand? There was this level of intensity always. You hear it from Ljungberg, you hear it from Henry, Gilberto Silva, Vieira. All these guys tell you the same stories. This level of intensity. When Kolo Touré came in, he clattered Arsene Wenger 3 times. Bang, bang, bang. That's what I'm saying. It's intensity. So I feel like Arteta is trying to bring that back, change the mentality from you're just gonna come here and collect P and not. Do you know what I mean? Play for the badge. Do you know what I mean? Because it's a heavy shirt to wear. It's a heavy shirt to wear. But I feel like maybe on some occasions he's gone too gung-ho with it. Like, do you know what I mean? People complain about the Guendouzi thing, but to be honest, if you're not down for the calls, then fuck off. Do you understand? But
I 100% agree with everything you said. But here's where I tell you, Arteta fucked up big time. You can only do that if you can sign 2 or 3 players for every position. Let me tell you the difference between Pep, Arteta, and Oli, right? Pep, right, can sign a player, right? And if it doesn't agree with his personality and how he motivates, he can try another 2 times, right? Arteta don't have that luxury, right? Arteta don't. So when you have a particular player who's performing well for you, but you don't agree with his personality, and this is where I say you have to remove man management and EQ, emotional intelligence, and separate the two. Because you have in my role, for instance, you have to figure out, right, that guy there gets lazy when it gets to Christmas. How do I keep him motivated? That's what you call emotional intelligence. So that's what I see in Oli. Now, Arteta doesn't have emotional intelligence. He's not very bright when it comes to that department. He could have a philosophy. It's very easy to recognize a half space. It's very easy to recognize triangles. It's very easy to recognize a Radumata or an inside forward or an advanced playmaker. What's difficult is recognizing, oh, you know what? The left centre back or the right back, actually, you know what? He's miserable. His wife is cheating on him. His kid's sick. But you know what? I need him for the final. So I need to tap into his mental and get him to play for me. That's not man management. That's emotional intelligence. Man management is telling somebody, hey, you're not playing this week, yada, yada, yada. We'll put you in for this game. That's all man management. And that's equally important. So when we're talking about man, I can be honest, Oli, as a tactician, I want to see more from his department of whoever does his tactics. So Alex Ferguson weren't no tactician. He had elements of tactics in his game, but really it was Monolstein. And it weren't Sir Alex like that. I would tell you, the first team coach was what ran them through their drills and how they were supposed to play. So I prefer to have Oli delegate accurately to a tactical department and still be the brains behind how to figure out getting the maximum out of these 23 people. Now, me personally, when it comes to United, I look at Phelan, I look at McKenna, and I look at Carrick, and I say they're not doing enough. Whatever's going on there, they're not doing enough. Because when it comes to the way this squad has been built, not Moyes, not Louis van Gaal, not Jose have built a squad like this. So I have to give Oli credit for that. He might not be a tactician as wicked as, say, a Klopp, because I think Klopp is one of the sickest tacticians out there. But nevertheless, we need to put the right people around him so he can tactically perform better. Arteta, I personally feel, if you want my honest opinion, he's learning too late how to be emotionally intelligent. Like I've been head of department for about Like, and obviously, it's a miracle compared to that macro level. Who can imagine managing 23 millionaires? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I could do it, but what I'm saying is, I personally think it's too late to learn how to be emotionally intelligent regarding your staff at Arsenal in the Premier League. It's too late to do. You need to have figured that out at mold. That's where you need to figure that out. You need to figure that out at Molder as to how to manage people, because that's the crux of it. Nagelsmann
Okay.
wanted.
Let me flip
Okay,
that
go
then.
for it.
Let me flip that. So you're
Mhm.
saying it's too late for him to be emotionally intelligent, yeah?
Mhm.
So let's flip that now. How late is it for Ollie to basically become a tactician? Because if Ollie becomes a tactician now,
Mhm.
then it's looking mad for the Prem because you got the team,
Facts.
and like you said, he's an emotionally intelligent,
Yeah,
but you don't
parallel.
have the tactics to go with it.
Let me get Roland to answer that, because Roland's a United fan as well.
Big up everybody in the chat.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Big up everybody that's on the channel right now. Big up to Eagle Eye Football as well. Thank you for letting me on in it. But yeah, man, I feel like in terms of him learning to be a tactician, I don't think I think it's too late for him to do that. Do you know what I mean? Just because it's now at this point where he has to delegate that to people that have been in football for that period of time, that have actually learned that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? It's like he's probably learned from the school of Fergie, where I can agree to a certain extent it's about emotional intelligence, right? But I don't think he's got it all the way, because like you've seen examples of certain players that have left the club over the last 2 years, like people like Angel Gomez. He didn't handle that situation well enough for me. The Sergio Romero situation, he didn't handle it well enough for me. And you know, I feel like he's some favorites in the squad, which yes, all managers have favorites because they trust them a little bit more. But when you've got a squad of 23, we saw 11 changes against West Ham. Some of them didn't even look like they wanted to be there. And so how well is he managing these players too? Do you know what I mean? Like it's not always about the hand on the shoulder, but sometimes it's about, you know, instilling some confidence in the whole squad. This is supposed to be a competitive squad that we're supposed to be challenging for a Premier League and a Champions League. And certain players are like, well, I don't really trust in what you're doing, and I don't want to be here because I'm not getting the opportunities that I want to get. Do you know what I mean? But I think, yeah, like you can't say that it's too late for Arteta to learn emotional intelligence, because that's something that he can learn. Whereas being a tactician, it's something you either have or you don't. Do you know what I mean? It's like
Okay.
Because like look, because at the end of the day, like, you know, he's not a tactician, and the fact of the matter is, you shouldn't be stubborn, yeah, and be like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. You got to find somebody to bring in. Like Fergie wasn't a tactician, so he brought in Queiroz. Like he knew this from early, and he brought him in, and then we started to develop
Ryan
the way
Kidd, Steve McLaren. It was just
like
Queiroz. There was a lot of people. Yeah,
he brought in all these people because at the end of the day, football was changing. Like what he was doing in 92, 93 was different in 2005, and then different in 2010. Do you know what I mean? So he had to bring in those type of people to keep with the times. So
can I just ask? Sorry to cut you off. Can I just ask? Are you both Man United fans?
Yeah.
Can I just ask, as a Man United fan, what is the uproar and the panic about? You've lost one game.
Thank you. I'm
not ranting and raving. I'm not ranting and raving. Like at the end of the day, when I'm looking at it, like I think Ollie's done well, like in terms of rebuilding the squad. I think he's been given a lot more backing than any other manager that's come in to do what they need to do.
Deservedly so.
Do you think he can win the league? Do you think he can win the league?
I mean, with the players that we've got, we should be. Do you know what I mean? We should be up there, man. We should be up there to the final 2-3 games. We should be. But the way it's going, like I've seen in certain moments when it's high leverage and it's pressure, I've not seen that extra level, because at the end of the day, when the players are out there, it's not all the time that they can figure out what's going on in the game. You're expecting the people on the bench to lead you in the right direction. And at times it don't look like he's got the little added bit. So we've got 80% on the pitch, but there's 20% that's got to come from the bench. And I don't think that 20% comes from the bench at times. So, you know,
to be honest, although I think, sorry, go on.
No, I was gonna say the Europa League final is the one that comes to mind. That's a higher leverage moment right there.
It's
the difference between us having a trophy and
you see that game. You see that game, yeah. That game, I fully understand anybody that says Oli out after that game.
Man,
The way he handled that game, the way he handled that game, no substitutions for 100 minutes. That was absolutely diabolical.
I've got to jump
Then
in.
you took off Pogba for Tuanzebe. It was like it's just like at that point you're like he doesn't actually know what he's doing.
It's for Dan James.
Do you know what I mean? Or Dan James or whoever it was. But still, you took off Pogba for Dan James, and then he brought off somebody else for Tuanzebe. I know he banged the penny still, but it just at that point you say to yourself, does this guy actually know what he do? My only problem with Oli, is that for the players that he has, the football that they play when they have to step up a level it's not Man United. Although I hand on heart, I will say that honestly to God, he's done well while he's been there because it was rough for you guys for the first 18 months. But to finish second in the league last year, I think that was an achievement. I don't expect Man United to win the league, to be honest, especially last year. So
I'm gonna say a couple things in it, and it's more to do with like just in general support. Yeah, that I don't understand how people like. You see the Villarreal final, and then I look at Liverpool. Right now, I remember vividly when Liverpool were coming up with Klopp in those 3 to 4 year period where he weren't winning. I think the pressure on Klopp from outside fans was ridiculous. The Liverpool fans, however, stuck by him. I remember our own ex-manager, Sir Alex, saying these tactics Klopp is doing is useless. It won't work. You can't press anybody for that amount of time. You can't press anybody for 90 minutes in a game. I remember him saying that. They're going to be too tired. That's why they're losing finals. They stuck with him. And we can all now, with rose-tinted glasses, look in hindsight and say, oh, we all knew that was going to work for Liverpool. It was obvious. But let's be honest, during that 3-year period where he weren't winning anything, there was a lot of pressure from outside fans, people who didn't support Liverpool saying, get rid of him. He don't know what he's doing.
Problem is that like I just to cut in there, like I watched Klopp before he came to this country, so
I hear you. Me too.
I know about his rise in it. So when you see him from Mainz and then Dortmund, you saw every single time he stepped up, he was able to implement his thing, and then the team shot off. So you saw that Dortmund team challenge Bayern, win the title. You saw that Dortmund team get to the Champions League.
I hear you.
And it's the method is the most important thing, because when Sir Alex left, I wanted Klopp to be our manager because I was watching the team and I was like, this is the way we should be playing football now in this day and age.
The landing point is more to do with the fact that we can all have opinions as to how we feel tactically something's supposed to be done. I like Donny listen, personally, I said this on KG show. I like Donny van der Beek. I love Bailly. Bailly's probably one of my favorite centre backs, right? I've heard Troy Deeney talk about, listen, you don't get nothing from Bailly, right? You know what I mean? You don't get nothing from Van Dijk. So I'm like, right, why aren't we playing Bailly? But I know when we were losing 6-1 against Tottenham, Bailly all of a sudden got injured. And he ran off the field, said he was injured, travelled all the way to Ivory Coast, represented internationally, and came back and said, oh, you know what, I'm fit. I know he let it. I said this on KG show, everybody went mad in the chat, but I said his bum went. He shot himself. He shot himself.
Wait, what?
I saw the same thing. I saw the same thing against PSG. Do you remember? He got hooked off Ashley Young. He shot himself.
Wait, which one? Which one? The 3-2. The 3-2.
Yeah. I think it was. He shot himself. And what I'm saying is, when you're managing something, right? Whether it's staff, whether it's players or whatever, we in our 90 minutes are looking at it and thinking, tactically, if we play Donny van der Beek here, we might be able to do this and that and the third. But we in general, not just you, we in general don't know. We don't know the reasons behind why something might not be happening. All we can do is support the team and at the end of the season, review. I'm not saying just support the team blindly.
You know what? The Donny van der Beek situation, yeah? Like Marco van Basten said something mad interesting, yeah? Where he was like, I don't think he's at the required level, yeah, for United. And it's hard for a player to jump from Ajax to Real Madrid or United or these kind of levels. And I had a thought, and I was like, 15 years ago, the Dutch league was actually a lot higher standard than it is right now. because those people were going into the Champions League. They was in semi-final of the Champions League. PSV was there, and when you look at it now, that team, that Ajax team, was full of youngsters that were being allowed to express themselves. But you've seen their top players leave that club and go to elite level and struggle. So you've seen De Ligt struggle at Juve. You've seen Ziyech struggle at Chelsea. So why are we expecting Donny to also be, the top player? Like, he's gonna struggle because it's hard, bro.
That West Ham goal was his fault in the cup. He lost his man.
It was Tellez, man.
No, your facts. You're right. Tellez got skin.
Tellez should have never let him off.
Tellez and Lindelof are eating lettuce. They eat rabbit food.
It was them first. I hated the fact that the family went on Donny's neck. It wasn't.
But to be honest, we said remember that same 6-1. That mistake Donny made was the same one Luke Shaw made. Luke Shaw made the exact same mistake in that 6-1 game. He ran, he left his post, he left his man, and then all of a sudden, bang! It was, the goal came in. How come when it's Donny, right, and we can clearly see, all right, Tellers made a mistake, but Donny, once that mistake is made, we require you to do X, Y, and Z. Ollie couldn't set up a good time in a brothel. I'm tired, man.
Allow me, man. Like, vibes, please, man.
My thing is this.
We're trying to do serious therapy here. You're trying to just mess up the
My thing is this. Ollie ain't. My thing is this. As a United fan, even as an Arsenal fan or whatever it is, right? Ollie ain't gonna get fired. Let's speak facts. Ollie's not gonna get fired, right?
He might still.
Not during mid-season.
No, he could do. Listen, they expect Ollie to challenge for this league with the players that they've bought and the money that they've spent.
Fabrizio Romano literally said after the West Ham game, right, that they said, I am here. I don't know what's thing. They said after the Thing game that they aren't looking to fire him, right, after the West Ham game.
Yeah, but you won that game, so why would they?
Yeah, no, the West Ham game, the West Ham game. But my thing is, if you're gonna support the team, right, and we have been progressing in the league season year on year growth, we'd say in my job position, year on year, and then it's come to the end of the season. We've gone and acquired Ronaldo. We've got Sancho. We've got Varane. The team is looking. The team is looking. I don't know what I'll go on. What's funny?
It's the covered. Autumn, no.
Nah.
Man, out of the thing and then jump back in.
Big up, Rush. Big up, man. I'm back. I'm back and I'm fully loaded.
Bruv, Arsenal were doing Arsene Wenger ball today, bruv.
It was mad. I didn't see the game, but like,
it was mad.
Hey, listen, that should be a nice segue. That should be a lovely segue.
Let's talk the North London derby. Oh, it's gone, and then we'll come back to you, Roland, on United.
Hear what I'm saying? Really and truly, I wanted to see my man. What's his name? Ganglety. Where's Ganglety? I want to see Ganglety.
You know, I've messaged James. I'm actually waiting for him to come on.
Where him there? I know he's at the game. I see his Twitter. I see him at the game. I know he was there. Me want to see him. Ganglety, where you there? Me want to see you. Anyway, listen. Hear what? Yeah.
You know, keep talking.
Boys.
I'm gonna call him. Keep talking.
All right, cool, boys. Listen, people. What a game! What a performance, man.
Good game, man.
What a performance. And this is exactly why I'll give Arteta the time of day, because people were screaming for him to go out, yeah. And you know what? At one point, I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. It is what it is. If he goes, he goes. If don't, he don't, yeah. But you have to give these managers time. Today, I'm hearing people screaming about Nuno and all of that because he's lost 3 in a row. But Nuno's a good manager, but he needs time. There's no such thing as instant success, yeah. Arteta said, let me get my team together and watch us go. So he's had his team for the last 3 games and we won the last 3 games. And today, the football was, oh my God, it was just like, it wasn't like prime Arsenal Wenger days, but it was encouraging. It was encouraging.
You were moving the ball nice, though. That's the thing. I was
moving the ball nice.
I was surprised that Emil Smith Rowe, bro, because like he's been getting a lot of stick, bro. Got that number 10 shirt, yeah. And but like he's a baller though. Like when you watch him, he's a baller.
He's a baller.
Where do you guys think he'll finish? Like, do you reckon this is sustainable and it's not just a purple patch? Like a nice.
No, I think it's sustainable. However, I am worried about the squad depth because I think our first 11 is really capable. However, now let's say if Thomas Partey gets injured, then I think we're in trouble, to be honest. So I think we need more reinforcements in the midfield. To be fair, Thomas Partey goes to the African Cup of Nations in January, so we actually need somebody to step in, whether that be Lokonga. Lokonga's an absolute baller, by the way. Yeah. But we need somebody in there. We need someone to step in next to him to replace Xhaka. Like, I don't mind Xhaka. Looks like he's got a terrible injury as well. So I don't know whether that keeps him out. But I just worry about the squad depth. Should someone like Tomiyasu get injured, who steps in for Tomiyasu? Cedric, not good enough. If Gabriel, who's been immense, gets injured, who steps in for Gabriel? Rob Holding. I don't mind Rob Holding, but it's not good enough. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like the squad depth. Whereas Man United, say, for instance, they got squad depth. You guys, I don't know. Who plays out on your right-hand side?
Greenwood.
Oh, it's
Greenwood gets injured. Jadon Sancho steps in. What you say, Rich?
The chat is saying that Emmett Smith-Rowe is the Croydon Matty Longstaff. Actually,
so dumb.
Sorry, parallel, Roland. Sorry, I've got to do this. Orts, you said that you've got your gun loaded. Yeah?
Yeah.
Here you go.
Oh, who's this now?
It's Hamza.
Oh,
Hey,
my.
where's the Hawaii?
Hamza.
Oh, my. Do you know what? I'm glad to see you today, big man. I'm glad to see you today. Where's your mouth? Where's your mouth?
I thought you were dead.
Where's your mouth? Where's your mouth?
I
can't hear you, mate.
Want to get these? You want to get this mouth?
I want to get the smoke.
That's a why. That's a why.
Bro. Look.
Yeah, pause that, bro.
No,
That's a big
shut up,
pause,
all of you. Shut up, all of you.
Pause.
Shut
What
up,
did
all
he
of
say?
Pause.
Okay.
Pause, bro.
So
Pause.
Arsenal,
Oh, pause.
congratulations. I'm really,
Thank you.
really happy for you. Honestly,
Thank you.
I am happy for you today. But
What happened to you guys this weekend? What happened?
Yeah, but look where you're coming from. This is where Arsenal fans get absolutely battered. Oh God. Anyway,
Have you lost three? Is it 3 games in a...
get killed. Look at the top teams. Brighton are in the top.
above you? They're going to be above you when they win tomorrow. Go on.
IBA.
Oh, Rich, man, Rich, you're gonna sort this out.
Oh, so
Brighton
Rich,
against
actually, Rich, you know what?
Palace.
Palace needs to do everyone a favor and beat them tomorrow.
Bro, the first 3 weeks we were searching for you. Like, it was a loss of bounds. It was a loss.
Yeah, I
of
went
bounds.
here, mate. I went here, but I'm back now. I went here,
you're
mate.
back.
Had enough.
You're back
Had
because
enough.
you can't
Had
take
enough of your faith.
responsibility of your own club, man. I'm here after a defeat against Young Boys. I'm here against the defeat against Aston Villa, and I'm still standing on my.
You're a
own
bigger
feet.
man than me. You're a bigger man than me. Put it that way.
I'm a bigger club than you as well because we're
Okay.
13 points and we're third. And what? You're
Congratulations.
9 points?
Congratulations.
7
Show me your
points?
medal. Show me the medal for your 3rd place. Show me your medal. Get it from the wardrobe behind you. Grab
Bro,
it for me quickly.
I have gold medals, silver medals. You know what?
What's that,
those
for
who don't
swimming?
know, I play.
That's mad. But yeah.
It is actually for swimming as well.
I don't know if I can
Bad
do
man.
this, but like.
Man got his 25 meters and he thinks he's on smoke.
Swivel on it, and
Nonsense,
and
bro.
just
Swivel on what?
listen. No, I'm not gonna say. But bro, listen
Pause.
up.
Man, Hamza, chill,
Look.
Chill,
You better get excited.
You know what I mean?
For those couple of weeks because why am I here talking with an Arsenal fan that thinks they're better than Manchester United? Bro, you've lost to Brentford 2-0. You were nowhere to
Did I say that we're better
We
than
were
you? Did
we
the
were
words come
searching
out my
for you.
mouth?
What?
Did I say that
How-
we're better than you right now? Did I say that?
Parallel, Roland. Let's
Kiss
step up for
my
a sec.
ass.
I think they need a moment. We're just going to step up for a sec.
Oh,
They need a
God, you're
moment.
gonna leave me in here with
Oh.
Hamza. Oh no!
Come here, boy. Come here, boy.
Go on,
So,
talk to me, Hamza. Talk to me. Talk to me.
what you saying?
Talk to me. Talk to me. What are you saying? What break
Yeah.
down the Aston Villa game? Break it down. Break it down.
Yeah, it was shit like Arsenal.
Come on, tell
It
me
was,
what you think.
yeah, we created chances. Fred and McTominay were
You couldn't stick them
crap.
away though, could you?
What?
You couldn't stick them away. You couldn't put the ball
Yeah,
in the
we couldn't
onion
stick
bag.
him away, and you couldn't stick away the first 3 games that you lost.
Listen, life's a bitch. Life's a
Bro,
bitch, mate.
I
But you know,
don't believe
you
you're
bounce
still.
back.
I don't believe you have the guts to come here and open your mouth against me. Like, I am here standing on my own 2 feet in 2 defeats in 2 weeks. Where have you been in the first 3 weeks?
In my house, mate.
You,
I was in my house.
you're in my house. You're in your house.
I was in my house. I was in my house, yeah.
Shitting yourself.
Enjoying my life.
Shitting yourself
I was in my
like a
house
shit
enjoying my
keeper,
life. I
what?
didn't want to talk football. I didn't want to
Yeah,
talk
you were
football. I was
you're
upset. I was
shitting-
upset.
you're
How about
shitting
that? I was
yourself.
upset. I was upset. How about that? I was upset. I didn't want to talk football, but guess what? I'm back now. Hawks, be careful, bro.
Yeah,
Real
you're back
food,
now.
bro.
We'll see you. We'll
Go
see
get
you
the
in a couple
Google.
of weeks in your toilet back again, huh?
I am back again, yeah.
So why am I talking to our Arsenal fan? Can I please talk about the Aston Villa
You
Man
came into the
United
chat,
game
big
and
man.
and
You
Ole
came into
Gunnar
the chat.
Solskjaer? Please, Rich, come on, man. I can't take this no more. I have school tomorrow, and I've been 14
No, you
hours
could never
out
call
of
me that.
home.
You
So
could
please,
never
man,
ever
I
call me
don't
that.
have to argue with an Arsenal fan at the end of the day. Please, man, come on.
Hey, Rich, why have you got me talking to Kurt Angle? Man's got bare medals and running up his mouth. We've got Kurt Angle in the chat, man. Come, Rich, where you at, bro? Hey, Hamza, big yourself up, though.
Fabs is always sticking it on you, you know.
Ferbs. This guy, yeah, like one of his priorities of his life is to always argue against me. Like, honestly, this guy, I don't know what's wrong with him. Honestly,
Hey,
comes out
Hamza,
with-
you hilarious, bro. You are
Hamza,
hilarious.
Edna's not impressed either.
I don't
Yeah.
care if she's impressed or not. I couldn't give 2 shits about it.
Well,
Can I please talk about Man United, because I
Oh, no,
came here.
1 second. Let me let Oates finish on the North London derby. Then I'll leave the Man United contingent to talk about the game.
Get him out of here. We don't need Arsenal fans in here.
hey, Kurt Angle, hold it down, son.
Hamza, I'll bring you back in a sec.
Yeah.
Laters.
Yeah, talk to North London. I called James. He ain't picked up his phone.
Yeah, of course, of course.
It's a bit peak.
Of course. Nah, do you know what? Yeah, I'm not even gonna go OTT. I'm not gonna go OTT, but yeah, man, it's promising. It's promising. You know, three wins in the last 3. It's promising. New lineup. We look like we're moving the ball. We're a lot quicker in the transitions today, which was good. Thomas Partey, man, that guy, bruv. I tell you what, like he's amazing, man. Do you know who's bad? Aaron Ramsdale. Cold keeper. Good with his feet. Good
I've
with
been impressed
his
with him.
feet. Good with his feet. Do you know the way he drives the ball, and it basically bypasses the whole midfield straight into the attacking midfielder, and that basically you start your attacks way higher up the pitch. He's so calm on the ball as well. He's like calm on the ball. He's very vocal. Good signing, man. I'm actually very pleased with all the signings so far. I think Ben White needs to step up a little bit. Very calm on the ball. Love his calmness on the ball. Plays the ball very well. I think him and Gabriel are a good partnership. Gabriel at the moment is just Gabriel. Hey, boys, love me. Do you know what? I just need to make one thing clear. Yeah, it wasn't the Bants, boys. Yeah, Arsenal just really pissed me off. You get me? And then Arsenal pissed me off. My phone was just popping off too much. But boys, listen, I'm back. I'm back, boys, and I ain't going nowhere. I'm back. You get me? But let me just finish what I was saying.
Would you like to be re-added?
Let me talk to you after this. Just holler at me tomorrow because I need to sleep on it. Because I don't want to go in there I'd be arguing with Hamza all day long. But anyway, but yeah, I'm really impressed. Big up to the players, big up to the manager. Got it right today. I was a bit upset with the Shaka coming straight back. I would have preferred Lokonga in there or put Pepe out wide and have the two attacking midfielders. But you got it right today. Shaka had a good game, to be fair. But just a quick word on Tottenham, man. They look horrible.
I think
look really bad.
I think we took their soul.
I think you did, you know. I think you did. They look really bad. Harry Kane looked like he didn't even want to. He done nothing, you know. He had one golden opportunity, but other than that,
Ed is asking you a question, saying that you're back to 10th or where?
Wow, I don't even know who Edna is here, but big yourself up, man. Who's it? Edna from the Incredibles? That Edna. Big yourself up, Edna.
I won't lie to you. Edna has made one content creator disappear in the past. So,
oh, really?
She's on smoke still.
She's on smoke. Okay, cool. Well, Edna, big yourself up, man. Who does she support?
United.
Oh, poor Edna. Poor Edna, man. Don't worry, Edna. Yeah, he'll be alright, man. You got Ollie. You get me?
No, don't say that to
Ollie. But yeah. But yeah, man. But very happy today. You know what? Win, lose or draw, man. I'll be back again, man. Big yourself up, Rich. But I'm gonna bounce, man. Hit the sheets, you get me? Yeah, but love. But big up everybody though. Edna, Brush, even bigger yourself up, Hansa. You get me? When you go to bed tonight, put all your gold medals on. Fancy. Yeah, big up all the man that I was talking to you before. Yeah, big yourself up, Rich. I'm gone. Latest, peace.
Oh, it's later. Oh man, I can't wait till he comes back to the WhatsApp group, boy. Because he left too abruptly. Too abruptly. All right, listen. There's a whole United contingent here. Let's bring him in. We're gonna start with you, Roland.
Hold on. Before
Hamza, shush, man. Gosh, just interrupting the flow, like.
Can't interrupt the host.
Can you imagine? Like, let me bring in some sensible people in. Yes, Brush.
What are you saying?
Let me just ask him if he's going to behave himself. Like, I was just going to ask a genuine question because, Roland, you've been waiting patiently. You know what I mean? You're going to calm down?
Yeah, I'm going to calm down. But
Hamza, I thought you went to bed.
Hamza, it's time for bed, bruv. You got school tomorrow.
Hamza, you got school in the morning.
You got school tomorrow, man.
Big Daddy come look for you.
Can't be just doing all this shouting at us, bruv. It's too late.
Hold on. Brush, you like this week I've been the most busiest. So this week, yeah, you're gonna have to do something with your beard because like we're gonna have to like have some priorities here. Verbs, you're gonna have to get your ass out of my own because like I feel like your priority.
Wait. No.
That's a why.
Whoa.
That's a why.
Go to bed.
Hamza,
Go tomorrow.
you're going to get me cancelled.
Go to school tomorrow.
Think about what you're saying on the internet.
Bro, what did
Stay in school,
he
man.
I don't even know what he just said.
I've heard you swivel on this. I've heard you want me to put my mouth on it. Like, it's a bit mad. Like, Roland, I was going to ask you.
This got only X-rated sentence.
Roland, I was going to ask you, the Bruno penalty.
Bro. You know what? I actually didn't see it. So, like, obviously the goal went in from Villa, and then I jumped out. Like, I was just like, I got to get on with my day because I'm not going to allow this to ruin my day. You get me? So I jumped out, and then like I found out later that we got a late pen, and then Bruno missed it. When I watched it back, I was like, why did he hit it like that? Like, so then me and Reese was talking about it on the stream, innit? And we were like, he felt people were talking about, oh, maybe he he meant to miss it like that because whatnot. But I think the whole confusion between him and Ronaldo leading up to the pen caused that situation, innit? Because maybe just took his eye off it a little bit because like Ronaldo was like, I'm gonna take it or something like that. And then Pogba stepped in and said, nah, Bruno's taking it. And then that's what happened. But
I think Martinez did a good job of getting into their heads as well, you know,
I hear you,
because he was
like,
on smoke, bro.
I hear you, but like at the same time, it's like if you've taken a pen before, yeah, in a game and a keeper comes up, if I've got the ball, I'm like, you get out of my face, and I'm taking the pen. You get me? Like, don't care what you have to say. But it is what it is, man. We've missed, innit?
Do you lot feel like maybe like? Do you feel like the players feel under pressure?
Yeah, 100%, man. Like,
I think everyone feels under pressure at our club, bro. Like, there's such a because of how big we are. Like, the spotlight's always on us, innit? So everything's pressure, bro.
Yeah, but you know what the sad part about it is, though? Bruno is normally a pressure moment type of player, though. That's
And when you
where
look at his
the bottom
penalty
comes in.
record, you can't fault him for wanting to take it.
I'm not faulting Bruno at all. I'm just saying there's normally a moments player like that. He normally steps up in those pressure moments and delivers.
But
I have something to add. Even if Bruno scored that goal,
yeah, we didn't deserve it.
Bruno did. Would have we reacted differently? Because I wouldn't.
We wouldn't have deserved the point. Not in my opinion.
Yeah,
anyway.
I thought McTominay was crap. I thought Solskjaer.
You didn't think we deserved a point
out of that game? No.
Never in a million years.
Okay.
We were shooting like even when we were shooting like we didn't have like I didn't see a lot of shots on target. Greenwood was terrible. I thought he should have gone off from a bit because like he was shooting everywhere and like he wasn't shooting even on target. So like I thought Greenwood should have gone out earlier. I thought the injuries were unlucky because that didn't allow Solskjaer to put on the rest of his subs, but still no excuse for what he did yesterday. It was terrible.
What in the 70th plus minute, you mean?
Like yeah, like I thought like normally Solskjaer subs like in the 70th minute.
You do know there was two injuries. You do know there was two injuries which took away two of his subs, so he could only make one sub.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's
I want people to remain
anyway,
contextual. I get it. We're fans. We can be emotional and whatnot, but remain contextual. There was two injuries. You can make one sub.
I don't personally be emotional about it. I'm saying that's just a pattern of it. Still, he don't make subs until the 70th plus minute all the time. I'm not talking about one game.
No, but still, it's not an excuse for the performance that was put on. Like, there's no like. Let's start off with starting lineup first. Who would start with McFred? Never in a million years. Who would start Pogba on the left hand side? Like some people would, but like his best position for me would be the midfield because that would break up the McFred. Like that's the first up with the lineup. Now injuries, fine. Like injuries, Luke Shaw got injured, Harry Maguire got injured, but still, it's no excuse for the performance. Like we played first.
So you felt we played bad in the first half?
No, I'm still saying like we played 20-25 minutes well. Then Aston Villa got into the game a bit. Then we lost our rhythm, and second half we were absolutely shit. And Greenwood was shooting everywhere. I thought the substitution that was supposed to be made was Greenwood because Greenwood wasn't shooting on target, and I think that
who would you have subbed on?
His game.
Who would you have subbed on?
I would have subbed on Sancho. I would
have subbed on Sancho.
Sancho, we need
what performance have you seen from Sancho since he's arrived at Man United, which would have given you the indication to?
He's a creative.
I'm not talking about what he done at Dortmund. I'm saying what performance have you seen
from
Sancho?
Newcastle he played well. Every game he performed, but he still hasn't clicked his goals and assists. Like who would agree with me that Sancho wasn't terrible and he's actually
Sancho is not fit.
He's playing one.
I'm not calling Sancho a bad player. He's not fit.
Sancho hasn't settled. He hasn't settled yet.
You can't.
People, but like
it's not FIFA. You don't buy a player.
But you know what? You know what's so funny about it is that because Bruno set that high standard of a player coming into the club and hitting the ground running, everybody in the fan base expects this to happen. And I said this when he signed. He's a kid, 21 years old, coming from a different league, playing a different style. Do not put pressure on him. Don't give him no numbers. Don't give him no number 7. Let him settle. He's gonna take time, right? So I'm not worried about him because he's a baller. I'm not worried.
I've said personally for me, I have seen time and time again Bundesliga transfers come into the Prem, and they tend to struggle. They tend to at least maybe take a year.
Bro, I didn't say Sancho wasn't struggling.
Mkhitaryan, Kagawa. I've seen it over and over again. Me personally with Sancho, I'm willing to be patient with him. I'm not gonna say sub him on whilst he's clearly not settled, clearly not fit. Clearly, it might be a bit of a tough game for him to come and play in. I'm going to say and it's our last sub. It's our last sub. And I'm going to say, Sancho, it's on you.
No, bro.
Have you managed anybody before? Like, you know what I mean?
Hold on. Because
I actually think our fan base is just
but then he brings on Cavani, but you ain't got no type of midfield fluidity to get the ball up to the striker. Then.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying.
But that's the sub he does make in the 82nd minute.
You know what's a bit mad, yeah? Like, is you have to keep Greenwood on because you need a goal. He's someone that can shoot on sight. So that
if he had taken Greenwood off, if we needed a goal, I know the fan base. I'm not gonna say if he'd taken Greenwood off and subbed on another player, and Sancho, let's say for instance, it was Sancho and Sancho wasn't fit and wasn't performing well and he didn't have a good appearance when he got subbed on. Why would you take off our only goal scorer, one of our top goal scorers this season,
he was playing
and out of form? It's like these fans are dumb. It's like I'm just looking around and I'm like,
I'm personally, I'm not asking for Greenwood to come off. You got to, for one, take off one of the 2 holding midfielders because they got a low block playing. Why are we still playing with 2 center? Even if you start the game like that because that's your style and that's what you're comfortable with, it's got to become a point that you start to take risks. You take off one of the holding midfielders, McTominay, who was invisible, take him off. But you got to bring somebody on who can progress the ball forward and get it to the strikers. Because that was the problem. We couldn't get on the ball.
The problem is we're seeing this all the time. Like, so Ronaldo's coming in now. Ronaldo's coming in and we're not creating chances for the striker.
That's because we don't play the right.
Exactly.
Hold on. And then obviously before that we had Lukaku, who was, once again, I'm gonna keep saying, a proven goal scorer that we weren't creating chances for. And so the issue is back in the coaching staff, bro. Like we're not creating patterns of play to feed the strikers up front to score us the goals.
Exactly.
We're relying on
my overall point with the United family.
Hold on, we're relying on a few individual moments in games to get us those wins. When you're seeing Rashford off the left, cutting inside and shooting. When you're seeing Greenwood on the right, cutting inside and shooting. Them people are fashioning chances for themselves. Like we've seen Martial do the same thing. I want us to be able to create chances for our forwards. Like that's what the midfielders are there for, and they're not progressing the ball like that. So what can we do? So I'm not going to rant and rave.
Remember last season we lost? I think we lost to Palace. Then we lost to Arsenal.
Say that again.
I said, remember last season? He's a funny guy. No, but you remember. But I'm sure you remember. Yeah, it was 3-2 Zaha. What a performance! Whatnot.
We got pammed.
3-1. Sorry, yeah.
3-1 opening day.
We got pammed.
Yeah. Remember that. That was a tough period. And my whole thing, my overall point with the United fan base is that, like, you see all of this stuff. Like, I can be real. Like, when I go to games and stuff like that, there's a section of the fan base that I know they are the ones giving Pogba sticks. Hey, yo, mute him or something. Like, you know what I mean? Mute him or something. Like, what the heck is this? There's a section of fans that I know.
Hamza, chill.
Like, honestly, it's weird.
No, go on, Parano. Go on.
Are you done?
Wait, no, you go. You clearly got something to say.
Yeah, I got something to say. You lot said we're not creating enough chances for the strikers. Why would you put Edison Cavani on? Like, I
But
don't
then,
know what to say.
but the thing about it is we
Fam.
don't, because he doesn't trust the players on the bench. That's the truth. Like you don't trust
Exactly.
Van de Beek. You
But
don't trust
you would
whoever else.
you would put on a creative winger to create anything for the striker, and you're bringing striker on when we're not creating chances. You kidding me? God.
Parallel.
Ali Masterclass.
United Fan TV asks, what's your expectations this year?
Me personally, and this is gonna sound like somebody asked me this. They said, like, if you win an FA Cup, if you win a League Cup, or we can't win a League Cup no more, but if you win a cup like the FA Cup and finish fourth, would I be happy? And I was
No.
like,
No.
Oh,
That's not
fucking
an
hell.
answer.
So the question's not for you, man.
Like, bloody hell.
That's not an answer.
Like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Hamza, it's school tomorrow, please.
Relax.
Yeah.
Right.
Go on.
But then somebody said to me, then I asked, then my thing is, if we, let's say for instance this season, because it's such a tight and competitive season, let's say for instance the first and second is split between goal difference, and United was third, a point away from that, right? Let's say with even superior goal difference, would I want Oli out? No way would I, because I'm seeing progression. So that might not necessarily be a trophy, because case in point, Jose Mourinho won us a trophy and we all run around inside Europa League, but deep down inside, we knew that team weren't progressing, and it was evident the very next season. So my whole thing
The
is,
problem with that is he wasn't backed like the way Ollie's been backed. You see, with me, yeah, if I was the
he
owners of that
wasn't
club,
backed.
if I was
Zlatan
no,
Ibrahimovic.
hold on. If I was the
Let me
owners of
test
that
out.
club, if I was the owner of the club, after seeing 2 years of getting into a position where, all right, this team, because the team is not good enough. Like now, so you've seen that centre back partnership he had, it's been replaced now. We've got Varane and Maguire. Maguire played he wanted. He didn't get him. Like, let's face facts, man. Man weren't backed. Like
He
Ollie's been
spent
backed.
363 million.
How much has Ollie spent? Just let me know.
400.
500, bro. It's
What,
a lot of
400?
money,
It's
bro.
406. It's 406.
500 mil, bro.
Wait. Kate, the point is, Jose goes from one position, then goes back down, right? Oli has gone from one position, then he's progressed to the next point, then he's progressed to the next point. He said, in general, cups sometimes can mask real issues going on with your club. So my thing is, I want to see the team
but
progress.
that's small clubs though. Cups can disillusion you if you have a small club, not in a club like ours.
So do you think
when a manager starts talking about cups ain't important at a club like Manchester United, you're
so
gonna
what cup?
question that.
So would you be happy with the FA Cup in fourth
Hell
place?
no, that's not what I said. But
Okay,
when you
so
start talking
what
about
would you be
cups
happy
ain't
with?
Can I get it though? When you start talking about cups ain't important because
never
of
said that.
maybe being disillusioned, all I'm saying to you is that you start putting out bad vibes when you're telling your people like these cups don't matter. No, you pick them up along the way to also hook them to progress onto bigger things.
I
But you
never
I
pick up
don't
said
even
small
think
cups.
things
we're
along
in
the
the
way.
right position
I
to
never
look
said
down on
cups
the
aren't
top, though.
important, by the way. That's not
I'm
what I
saying,
said.
but the manager did he said many of things like that though. Just like how he don't have a real tactical game plan for it. It's more so, you have sixes, you have eights. You just really have midfielders.
If
They
Jose,
just get out there and they do
if
their
Jose,
thing.
can I ask you all this question? If Jose, with that horrible football, had won the Prem for us, would you guys be upset?
Hell no.
Okay.
Are you mad?
So that means can I call bullshit then? That means style of play don't really mean shit to anybody then.
I don't mean shit to me, bro. I want to win.
No,
Fuck
so
that.
then
Yeah,
if that's the
that's
case,
what-
if Oli is progressing the team and you can't recognize a style of play, right? But if Jose had won the league without necessarily an attractive style of play, why are you getting on to Oli when he's progressing the team season
So,
on season?
so let
It's
me
hypocritical.
can I have a quick
Nah, but
response to that then?
the team is different, bro.
Ferbs.
This team is the best team we've had since 2013.
Ferbs, 1 second. Let me hear from Brush and Ed.
Yeah,
on
for
this,
sure.
actually.
Someone's mic is moving a bit mad still.
Yeah.
I don't think that's me. Is it me?
No, it's stopped now. Ed
Hmm.
has disappeared. Oh, there she is. Yeah, Brush, what's your thoughts on everything then?
I think, listen, over the years for us, I think this club have done a pretty good job of dampening our expectations to a point now where we're happy with anything in it, and we shouldn't be. Our aims should be high. We have the resources, we have the structure to make that happen. There are people that have been running the club who don't really know football, and we've wasted a lot of money and we've done dumb things. But so when people are annoyed, when fans are annoyed, I understand it. And when you see repeated mistakes, you can criticize that.
That's a valid argument. I guess you know what. So I'm just
Like
reading
with
some of the
me, like
comments.
I'm not here yelling Ollie out, but I don't expect him to be leaving, so I don't really put energy into that. But I can call out certain things that we see when we see repeated mistakes again and again, and wonder why they're not addressed. We can talk to that.
Yeah,
Like,
you know, from the
tactically,
outside,
we know he's not where he needs to be. Why are we not bringing in experienced backroom staff to help address that?
I agree with that. No, 100%, 10% agree with that. I
Mm.
said this before you guys jumped on. I said I see Ollie as more of, and people might not necessarily understand what I mean by this, but I see him as kind of like head of department, same way I saw Sir Alex as head of department. I kind of feel like whatever his tactical department is within the thing ain't doing enough. I can
Yeah.
admit that, right? But what I can also say is that the team is progressing. And if you're going to tell me, because we have to be honest about Manchester United, it's not like Chelsea. Chelsea can sack a manager, put a new manager in there because the structure within the club is fine. So they put a new manager in there and their players will go. But we have seen numerous managers come into this position, try and shape Manchester United into something which we don't really recognize, and we've only gone backwards. So my thing is,
but this is the problem, bro, because we don't have the right structure in place for that to happen.
Right.
We need to start planning long term. So this is what I'm saying. Like, I know there's people calling for Zidane and Conte and that. I think it's quite short sighted. Like, don't get me wrong. If we're comparing just managers to Ollie, there's a lot of managers that are better than Ollie.
Coaches. If you're comparing coaches, I agree. There's so many better coaches.
Yeah. But as in, for me as well, I wouldn't bring either of those two in now. I think it's extremely short sighted. Now, I like the look of Ten Hag, but even then, that's something to consider a bit further down the line. And also, I wouldn't be happy with just bringing in Ten Hag. You need to put the structure in place. You need to think long term. So if you are looking at Ten Hag, you need to look at Van der Sar, look at Overmars. Try and get the right structure in place to implement a system and a style which will benefit us in the long term.
So
okay, let's go Edna, then Ferbs, then Hamza.
Hold on. Can I say something before I go?
Let's go Edna, then Ferbs, then Hamza.
Hamza, do you need to go to bed?
I got lost in between.
Yeah, I need to go to bed.
Let him finish.
Go on then.
Say your piece and go to bed, bro.
Even how much I really want to go to bed, because I've been 14 hours out of my home. So like, I really need to go to bed, like every human deserves to. Anyway,
Sorry, Hamza.
Sweet dreams. Anyway, so like I would have asked, and you can go on later on the show discussing it. But like, if we finished like 1 point behind Man City and we saw like good football, like we didn't see good football, and like we were 1 point or 3 points away from the league, would any of you been like, and we didn't win a trophy, would you all be happy with that? That's my point.
If we finish 3 points short of Man City, that would represent an improvement.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, in terms of football, for me, I like to see good football, bro. So I'm never on just playing dead ball and winning. But you know, it's one of those things. It's an individual thing, in it. Like, depending on who you are, that will change.
Yeah, but like, if on Ole, look, I'm an Ole in it, as anybody know, but like, he's really taking it to the next level. Like, I didn't like his tactics. I don't like his tactics. We hoped he would change the McFred, but he didn't. And we still haven't got a midfielder, and the board could have got a midfielder, but Solskjaer wasn't pressuring them to. So I would put that on Ole and the board. And for somebody to not recognize that we need a midfielder is a disgrace. But like, anyway, but I would actually be ruthless, even though we're progressing, and I know we're progressing as a team. But like, I would be absolutely ruthless and get rid of Ole to get a Zidane or a Conte, because I want to win the league. Like, I like Ole. I love Ole. I think
So
he's
listen. With that, yeah. Say you bring in a Conte. You know the system that Conte plays. Do we
yeah.
have the wing backs for that? What do you think is going to happen to Wan-Bissaka if he comes in?
Oh my goodness.
Like,
I'm not gonna say
like
anything.
Conte would come only if the board backs them. That's why that shows if the board is good enough or not.
And
Now,
also, Conte has proved that he likes to throw his toys out the pram when things aren't going right. He's got a track
yeah,
record of falling out with players and fighting with the board.
I'm fine with the
So
board. Yeah, like,
yeah.
but like,
So if certain
but
things
like,
aren't right, then he'll walk away. So would that not be kind of ridiculous for us to do, because our board are a bit of a mess anyway? So you
I
bring him
know,
in
like,
a
I
year down
understand.
the
I'm
line,
saying,
things
like,
start going
I'm
left.
being
What
ruthless.
happens?
I'm being
Yeah.
ruthless. I want to win the league. I want to win everything. Like, so
Zinedine
I would
Zidane has
actually.
walked away from Real Madrid once and then went back. It didn't work out as well the second time round. And
But
obviously, he won 3 back-to-back Champions Leagues in 2.5 years, and that is amazing. But also, look at that team.
yeah, but I'm talking about ruthlessness here. Like, everybody would do that. I don't think anybody in a million
What do you
years
think
would do it.
ruthlessness means? Sorry to interrupt. What do you think ruthlessness means?
Like, you're seeing the team progressing, right? And and the manager is progressing, and but like, it's not good enough to win the league. I, ruth, Being ruthless is like, you see progress, but it's not good enough to win the league. So you get Solskjaer out and you get a top class manager in. So that's for me would like show the power of the board. But like, the board are absolutely happy. Like, things are coming out saying Solskjaer is safer than Tuchel. Like, so like, yeah, that are my points. But like,
I
hopefully we will
I hear
move
you,
on.
lad. I hear you. No problem.
Edna,
Big up to everybody. I don't know who I was shouting with, but I respect your opinion. Big up yourself.
Hamza, big up.
Big up.
Hey, nah,
Take it easy, yeah.
nah. Hamza, good luck at school tomorrow, bro.
Yeah, bro. I don't even want to go, bro. We
Don't
have.
don't go
I
shouting
have
at
a
your
bio
teacher, you
exam.
know.
I
Hey,
have
nah,
a,
go to school, bro. Don't say I don't want to go to school. What
I have a
nonsense is
bio
this?
exam.
Go to school. What nonsense is this?
Oh god.
Yeah, sleep well, get all
Where do
these
you even
negative
Well,
thoughts
go
out
to
of your
school,
head.
bro. I don't want to
Go,
go.
go
What
hold
you
on?
there,
mad?
ready to learn.
Just a question. Question before I go. How old are you?
Who are you talking to here, bro?
It's a
You.
good question, you know.
What kind of nonsense is this? Did your parents tell you to go ask people to what the
Yeah. Why do you even care?
go to
How
bed,
old are you?
bro? Like, what is
How
this?
old are you? How
Don't
old
worry
are you?
about that. Don't worry about that. Just
Yeah,
go to
because
sleep.
you don't even you're 18 and don't even
Hamza,
go to
Hamza,
school.
Hamza. Good night.
School was a long time ago for
Good
me. Now
night.
it's time for you to
Yeah,
go. Please,
Oh god,
40,
people,
just
40
you're
please,
gonna
hours
get
is
a
a long
booger
time.
man. You
please,
Good
lot,
please,
night.
please,
and
please.
eight. You're gonna get
Good,
a.
good
Oh,
night, Hamza.
is Ferb still here?
Nah,
Bro,
Feb's dipped.
yeah, fam, I'm not hearing this,
You know.
bro.
Anyway.
Sorry, Edna, you've been waiting patiently, and I know like you were staring daggers, boy.
Nah, I'm just looking at him. But he's, you know what? I give it to him. He believes what he believes in it. Like he knows to himself. He knows what he's talking about. Same with parallel. So I give him that. Like I
I
can't.
think a lot of people
He's
know
just
what I'm
very
talking
funny to
about,
me.
but yeah,
I think he's
I feel
very
more than
funny
just
to
me
me.
knows what
That
I'm
shit
talking about.
What's your thoughts on Edna?
For me, it's still the same thing with me. Innit? Like I'm not going back on what I've said. Like there's a difference between criticizing the manager and attacking the manager, which I'm not doing. I'm just talking about the manager as a whole. When you see something on screen, you criticize what you see on the pitch. So when you have people like Parallel say that we just we want KG's stream, and I remember he was saying that when people see things on YouTube, and we say things on YouTube that we just believe that we know what we're saying. And I was trying to tell him that sometimes it's not about us, saying things on YouTube. This is just about us seeing things, and we're just coming out and pinpointing this little things that we see. When you have a manager who's sitting there looking at a game and things are not working well, things are not going the way you've planned it, or whatever formation you put out, it's not going according to. It's your job as a manager to try switch it up. That's why you're there. That's why you are the manager of the club. So if something is not going right, you switch it up. People keep talking about Tuchel and Chelsea's game, the Chelsea and Tottenham game. The first half, Tottenham took it to them. They're playing really well. What did Tuchel do? He saw that and he changed it up and it worked. That's what we're saying. Yeah, I might say we should be like Chelsea. No, I'm just saying that when things are not going your way, or when things are not going the way you had planned it, it's your job as a manager to find a way to change it. It's your job as a manager to find a way to tweak it. And we've seen this too many times for us to come here and sit down and say, he's learning. He's been learning for the past, 3 years he's been here. He's done the same thing. He's made the same mistake. We're still 2021 with the whole squad that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has. We're still complaining about substitution. We're still complaining about in-game management. We're still complaining about style of play. We're still complaining about tactics. What is it then? What else does he need to actually come out and when you asking him, when somebody asked him what was his style of play, he was like he's not here to explain football is simple. Well, it's not. Because if it was simple, then Aston Villa will not be coming to Old Trafford and be playing us off the park. So it's not simple. Something ain't right. When your players can't even do 1-2 touch passes, something ain't right. When you have Greenwood who's just shooting on side and nobody's screaming at him to tell him to stop, something ain't right. When you have, say, Ronaldo, he's not getting any service already, and you're bringing in Cavani. What is he supposed to do? Cavani is the same thing as Sir Ronaldo. Give him the ball, he'll score. Nobody was giving Ronaldo the ball. What do you think is going to happen to Cavani if you're bringing him? So if you're a manager and you're not able to change something, it's hard for me to back you. And it's not about, again, going back to it, it's not about the Aston Villa game. We've seen it too many times. When fans start saying that, they're not surprised. That should tell you that something ain't working. If people are coming out and saying that they're not surprised, they're just disappointed. That's because they've seen it too many times. They've seen this thing happen too many times and they're just tired of it. And then if the only Ings want to come out, all they tell me is learning, he's progressing. On what? If you're gonna repeat the same mistake you did last week, what are you learning from them? What is it you're learning from? So it's for me, it's the same. What 3 years down, we're still complaining of the same thing with better players, with good players. So what is it then? What do we need? What do we have to do to play good football? Even when we win games, you still have people say that, I know we won, but we got away with that one with the way we were playing. Even when we win games, this is when we win games. We're still sitting down talking about, oof, we got away with that. When we win, so it's not about when we lose, that's when you see us come out and say, no, we see this every game. Every single game. We can't give you, it will get to a point where you won't be able to get away with it. Hence the Villa game. Hence the West Ham game. We almost did not get away with it. The previous West Ham game. We almost did not get away with it. But the Wolves game, did we deserve to win that Wolves game? If you ask yourself, be real with it. Did we really? If Wolves had a Cavani or Ronaldo in that Wolves game, they would have got some goals. They would have scored some goals. So what are we talking about then? What are we talking about then? I want him to win. Who would have? I want Ole to do well. I want him to do well, but he's been here 3 seasons, and it's the same thing. No style of play, no tactics. It's tiring. At some point, it will cut up to you. The Europa League final. Look at that. Who goes on a European League final and make a soft? What kind of? I don't know. For me, I just feel like I understand if you're willing to back him. I get that. I'm not trying to convince you to change that, but I'm not gonna see something. I'm not gonna see what's going on the field and be like, yes, it's learning, it's progressing in it. Like, no,
I
no, that
can't
don't mean
tell
I don't
anybody
love the club.
how to. I can't tell
That
anybody
don't
how to
mean I
support the
don't
club.
support the club.
I can't tell anybody how to support the club.
That don't mean I don't support
What
the
I
club.
will say,
But that don't stop you
what I
to
will say
support blindly,
in
though.
regards to what some of what you said, and just to touch on a few things, respectfully, and I mean this respectfully, in terms of when you're talking about, oh, you know, change this and change that. Ollie has won more games than he's lost at United. Ollie has won more games respectfully than you. So we can all point at one or two games and say, oh, we lost it. I remember being in Old Trafford and watching Barry Bannan put us in a spliff for Villa. I remember that. So we can all talk about particular little games here and there and say, oh, yada yada, like, oh, what happened here? I didn't go Sir Alex Ferguson. What were you thinking? Why didn't you change it? You should have put somebody on Barry Bannan. No, that's not what I did. But what I do know is at this critical time, and I liken it to what, and I meant to say this before that kid he kept going. I could admit there is a certain kind of fan that gives Pogba stick. Like I don't want to come out and say nothing crazy, but like, you know, the fan, like you go like the fan at the Everton game when we lost 4-0, or at the Wolves game where he missed that penalty. There's a certain kind of fan that just don't like Pogba. They just don't like him. If he does good or if he does great, it doesn't matter. It's Pogba, it's this, it's that. And pun intended, because my name is Parallel, I draw the same parallel with Ollie. I draw that same parallel where it's not, because I gave a very good argument, and I'm not sure if those in the crowd were paying attention. I said, if Jose had won with unattractive football, would you have complained? No, of course not. No. If Ollie is progressing the team and it might not necessarily be what you like, oh, that's different. And my thing is, I'm looking at it and I'm like, are you guys hearing what you're saying? Are you listening to yourself? And all I can say. I can't tell anybody how to support the team. Support Manchester United in your own way. But what I do know is, at this point in time, Manchester United needs support. So I'm going to continue to support the team I've supported all my life. That's what I'm going to continue to do. I'm not. I'm going to continue. I'm going to continue to support the team all my life. I'm not going to all of a sudden start screaming. I'll let you go on, please let me go. I'll let you go on, please let me go. I'm not going to all of a sudden, not even 10 games into the season, not even 10 fucking games into the season, right? Where the team that finished second and has a good opportunity to do stuff, start removing my support because I don't like a particular manager, because I don't like what he might do. And I'm going to give him till the end of the season. And he's going to get my support in whatever way he can. And I'm not going to let TalkSport, but same way LDBC are tricking people to run out there and go and grab petrol, I'm not going to let TalkSport trick me into going against my team. I have a brain. Pardon me for saying this. I'm arrogant. My missus tells me all the time, but I think I'm smarter than most. So personally, when I look at
you're
people,
smarter than we. So what you're saying is,
I think I'm smarter than anybody who gets tricked. I said, if you listen to the flow of the conversation, I referenced TalkSport, I referenced LDBC. I said those who allow their mind to be twisted. If Mitch, I'm not Jamaican, I'm Ghanaian, but I heard a Jamaican statement. I throw my corn, but I never corn or foul. Hit dog harder. If I'm there and I'm supporting my team. Listen, I'm talking. I'm not going to allow nothing. I'm talking. I'll let you talk. So keep talking. Keep saying, allow it. I'm talking. I'm like, I don't know.
Let's be respectful.
No, but I was just rounding up the point. I'm just rounding up my point before she kept saying allow it whilst I was midpoint. I'm going to continue to support this team, a team which has shown me progression. They finished second. They have a phenomenal chance of doing something this season, right? All they need is at least They're going to get pressure from TalkSport. They're going to get pressure from Sky Sports. They're going to get pressure from everywhere. If there's one place where they're going to get encouragement, I would hope it would be the fans, and I want to be one of them fans. There you go. I'm done.
Roland?
See this comment from Vibes right here is the reason why I can't do arguments with supporters, bro, because nobody can
I
explain
just
how.
said, I'm
Go on,
sorry,
man.
sorry to cut you
No,
off.
go
I
on. No,
just
go on.
said allow it because when he got to the part where he thinks he's smarter than other people, that's why I just said allow it. Like I just felt like that's just disrespectful to the people who have other opinions. Because if you're coming out and saying that everybody's allowed
Okay,
an
I feel that.
opinion, then you're coming out and saying that because of what you're saying, you
Let's
think you're smarter
clarify
than them,
where I
then
said.
that
I
makes
said
no sense.
anybody
That's
who gets
that was
tricked into running out and going to buy petrol from LD. I don't like when people misframe and say, "Well, I saw you sent a $5.99 chat into KG's live stream, lying, saying I said I want to play Fred." Go back and listen to that whole thing. I never said that. So don't reframe this argument. What I said, if you get tricked by LDBC, if you get tricked by TalkSport, me personally,
who's
I think
LDBC?
it's a radio station here in the United Kingdom. Everybody's running around grabbing petrol like idiots. That's
I
what
don't
I'm
live in the
talking about.
United Kingdom, so I don't even know who they are.
So Jesus.
Roland, go on. Your points.
Nah, I was just gonna say, look, I mean, the fact of the matter is, yeah, I've not wanted this manager since we drew 3-3 with Sheffield United like 2 years ago. I saw it then. Like I was like, there's no way in one particular 90 minutes you can make a mistake by starting a team, correct your mistake, be winning the game, and then make a same mistake to make you draw the game. Don't make sense. Like it's little small things that I've seen, yeah. But now I'm on the vibes thing, man. I'm gonna just watch it like everybody else. I can't scream, I can't shout. Nobody even knows who I am in it. So like, what else can I say in it? I'm just gonna wait until he crashes and burns. Because I said it on the stream with Reese earlier. Our next games in October, November. Yeah, let me read them out to you. We got Everton at home, Leicester away. You know what I'm saying? Atalanta at home, Liverpool at home, Spurs away, Atalanta away, City at home, Watford away, Villarreal away, Chelsea away, Arsenal at home. October and November. There's no way in hell that this guy is going to be able to do one of those juju moments and just get through the whole. He can't. He's got.
When we went, can I say? So when we went on that winning streak last season, did you feel like we could do that or we couldn't do that? Like
I wasn't sure. Asking. Like I wasn't sure going into it. Like because obviously the games prior to it, I think if we're talking about when we lost to Istanbul and then we beat Everton and then we went yeah, that's cool, innit? That's happened once, innit? But
we beat Liverpool.
Lightning don't strike twice.
How many winning streaks has he? Do you know like Ollie's known for winning streaks? Like if you take a look,
that's cool. But I'm just saying in this instance, I don't know how it's going to end up. Those run of games for me. Go on.
Roland, did I say your name right?
Yeah.
Remember, before the season started, everybody kept saying United had the easiest running. The first 5 games, everybody kept saying United had the easiest. That's easy. That should be. Well, I shouldn't say that should be easy point. That should be easy point for United when the season started. Because when you look at the likes of Liverpool, they played one of the big boys. Arsenal have played some of the big boys. Tottenham have played some of the big boys. Man City have played some of the big boys. Chelsea have played some of the big boys. So we are the only ones in the top 6 that everybody kept saying that they should be able to get some good points from their first 5 games. That's all I'm saying. So with the way we play, again, it's the things covered, the wins, the points, the more games, the 300 win away from home, the this and that. It covers. These are coverings. It covers the things that are going on in the club. It covers it. When we win games, nobody want to say anything because
so we should lose them.
So in order to not be negative. In order not to be negative, don't say anything about that. Just go with the win. We've won the game, so let's just be like that. And then when we lose because of the same issue, and we come out and complain about that issue, then there's a problem.
You know what? But you know what's actually like mad about it? Like it's just even the game against Newcastle, we didn't play particularly well. It was just because Ronaldo was home, so everybody was up on a high, and we went down in the game, or it was 1-1, and then it was like, all right, take us home in it, basically. the Leeds game is because it's Leeds, isn't it? The way they play football, they are very open and attacking. Bielsa only has one style of play, so we blitzed them literally in that second half spell. The game against Wolves, fam, I haven't watched it long. You can go watch and see my face. I was just looking at this TV and I was just saying to myself, hey, this is how we play football. I said, nah, I can't take this every week, innit? So I said,
Imagine if Wolves had a better
Respect.
striker that day.
hey, we could have lost that game 5-0. I swear down.
That's what I'm saying. Imagine if Wolves had a better striker that day. Imagine if what's his name?
Traore was pamming us the whole game.
Traore. Imagine if he had a better finish into his game that day. Just imagine that. Imagine if he had a better finishing. After all the things he does, he can just finish. Imagine that. What he was doing to Fred that game.
Fred was on the floor.
Listen, Fred was doing 1-2s with Trincao at one point, bro.
No, it was mad.
Fred
was on the floor,
Brush, I'm going to give you the platform now. Go on.
Bro, I don't want the platform, bro.
You that ticked off, yeah?
Let's talk about something else, innit? Let's talk about what happened to my brother AJ yesterday. Jesus.
You know, why not? Let's talk. Any boxing fans here?
I'm a big fan.
Anthony Joshua.
Anthony Joshua got battered.
Hammed.
He had to get taken to hospital, you know. They thought his eye socket got shattered, bro. Yeah. Mad.
My issue with this whole thing is, Usyk's the better boxer.
You're right.
Why are you trying to box?
Anthony Joshua's the industry plant, bro.
You know what I think it is? I think he abandoned a lot of what, like, everybody's been saying, oh yeah, you know what, he's just a boxer, he's a power puncher, he's got great combinations. And I feel like he tricked himself out of what he's good at. You know what I mean? Like, he was consistently progressing with a certain style. Tony Sims left his training camp, and obviously McCracken came on board. And when Tony Sims, McCracken's always been there, but Tony Sims left. And Tony Sims, if you know anything about Sims is really good at striking. If you look at what's happened with Conor Ben is an accurate puncher. That's one thing I really like about Ben.
Vibes his comment.
Yeah, Vibes' comment is hilarious. Just go to that one.
There we go. So I just feel like he tricked himself out of his position. He brought in Angel Fernandez, who's a particular type of coach, and yeah, it was so evident. I knew because I watch quite a lot of boxing. I like Usyk, and those who know Usyk know that those first 2 or 3 rounds, he is seeing your reactions to everything. And when AJ, and that's why Chisora slapped it on in minute 1. He wasn't going to let him figure out what his fight plan was from round 1. And when I saw AJ was giving Usyk the time to figure out how he responded, and if you watch the fight, by the 8th or 9th round, Usyk kept going to the right and putting his lead foot outside of AJ, and he was just punching him up, man, just punching him up. And because he must have read something in those early rounds to realize that, you know what, he hasn't got the skill to come to body quick enough for me. And for me, it was just very unfortunate that, because I personally think a rematch, if he goes with a Shane McGuigan or somebody who's if he goes with a Shane McGuigan or something like that, or not even like, if he just brings Tony Sims back on board, because Tony Sims is, I really think he's accurate at what he does. If he just brings him back on board, I heard there was a falling out. I see it going a lot different, because if there's one thing I've observed from Usyk is that he's not very good at the heavyweight division in terms of the power that's available there.
And the one thing with AJ as well, his strength of character. It will be very interesting to see how he comes back.
Right.
Edna, did you watch the fight?
I'm not a big fan of it. I watched a few part of it, but the more they kept hitting each other, I was just like,
What's the hype with Deontay Wilder like? What's it like in the States?
I really don't know. I don't even think anybody. I know my dad is a little bit into this, but I don't have too many friends who are actually. They are too much into the American football for any other sport. I'll tell you that. They too much into it. They watch it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like literally. And for me, I can't get into it. I sat down with my dad too many times, and he's tried to explain it to me. I can't understand it. So they watch too much of that to give any other sport a chance. And let me just put it like that way. They watch too much of it to give it a chance. Probably some people will be watching it. I'm not very sure, but I don't have too many people who I've actually seen watching boxing like that.
You know,
So
I think everyone will pay for this one. You know.
I probably would, if I was into it, I probably would have supported AJ because I'm Nigerian too. So maybe, I don't know, I guess.
No, but seriously though, Edna, where is Neeks?
I don't know. Why did everyone keep asking me that? I don't know.
You know what? I see him pop up on Don Robbie's channel from time to time. Still.
Yeah, you need to get onto that stream.
Yeah,
then, Edna.
yeah.
Edna, you need to get on that stream.
No, that's too much YouTube. No.
He does watch alongs.
No.
So yeah,
But
go up in that comment section and
Crazy. Well, listen,
Big up Nick.
this has been a mad, interesting episode.
Man said Ann Summers, you know.
I agree.
He's mad.
whoa.
This has been a crazy episode. I've got to get myself ready for school tomorrow. I am going to Sellers Park tomorrow, though.
I missed the start of the show because I was over on
Oh,
KG.
you're there. Oh,
I'm
you
there.
Rich,
I am there.
I missed the start of the show because I was over on KG's before coming over, but I'm guessing you've already discussed the Palace one tomorrow, yeah?
I did a preview before I did this show.
Cool. Yeah, looking forward to it still.
I think we win 3-1.
You think so?
Well, I did say 3-0 on the stream, but I
If
think
they win, they go top of the table, you know.
Graham Potter's thing is running now, you know.
It is, but you know what?
They're
Their front
playing
line,
really well.
their front line,
And
isn't
like we
as
said last
convincing.
week, though, Rich, this is the first time, you go into this derby, both managers play attacking football.
It's a bit mad, you know.
Yeah,
And I
should be
think
an
that,
open game.
I think that works in our favour because all we've ever done against Brighton is sit back. And
Who starts for you, though? Do you think Edward starts?
He has to start.
He better start.
He has to start.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see Ayew. Yes, he's my Ghanaian brother and that, but
Oh, Charlie.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that you're from Ghana.
yeah.
They got to sit that guy down, bro.
He can't play.
You bought the wrong one, innit? Bought the...
They bought the wrong brother, fam.
Yeah, they bought the wrong one. Andre's the baller, you know.
Andre's a baller, trust. Andre's a baller, but
Eze's out till they're saying like end of October because he's ahead of his rehab.
That's what I want to see. I want to see Eze back on the pitch, man.
Yeah, and then hopefully we'll see Michael Elise start tomorrow.
Yeah, Elise. He that little cameo he had in the last game. Hey, nah.
Listen, when you've got everyone fit, bro, that's what I want to see. I want to see Eze and Elise on the wings.
Yeah, it's gonna be mad.
Yeah,
but yeah, so I'll be there at Sellers Park. I'll probably try and get fan cams going if I can.
I'm gonna watch it.
That Palace those Palace fans, honestly is one of the best crowds in the Premier League for me.
100%.
The Palace.
Have you still got cheerleaders and that as well?
Yeah.
The
crystals.
I remember that was a thing at a time.
Yeah, there was that. Then the ultras are mad people.
The ultras are mad.
You know.
So they're in the home still, and I'm like half awake Z, so I'm like right in the corner of where they're gonna be. So don't worry, I'll wear my black hoodie as well. I'm gonna be.
You know what? Them man are mad. Man. Hey, that day at Wembley, nah, I'll never forget.
No, we're not talking about Wembley. I was there as well.
We talked about it.
That hurt.
Alan Pardew was doing that dance he was doing. I was like, it was on the big screen, yeah, and I was crying because I was like, right, this is what we're doing. The game ain't over yet, bro.
Instead of him thinking about how to tactically see out the last 12 minutes, he wanted a highlight reel.
He was dancing like he was at a wedding, bro. I swear down. He was dancing like he was at a wedding. It was mad. It was funny.
Listen, guys, girls, I'm
before
gonna get
you
out
guys
of
go,
here.
you guys want to do like a prediction for the Champions League before you go? You want to do like a prediction for it for the game?
What for Villarreal?
Not just United game. All of them.
Oh.
All of them.
Well,
all the Champions League game.
And now I'm going to use this time then. Roland, plug your show, actually.
Yeah, so Champions League show Wednesday night on my channel. So subscribe to Pros Only TV. Talk about all the big teams in Europe. So United, City, Chelsea, Bayern, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Inter, all of them. So just come along.
Palace.
No Palace, man. Maybe, if we do Super League thing though, if we do a Super League thing, then maybe Palace might have a chance of, getting Champions League football. You get me?
Finally.
Because I want the Super
Finally.
League, bro.
Yeah, okay.
I want the Super League, bro. Bring it, bro. I
Really?
swear. Bruv, we can go to Barcelona at 3:00 in the afternoon, bruv. You want me to take a flight out there, just go watch some game? Nah.
No.
Come on.
No.
Come on.
Nah, less of that.
Come on, man. San Siro at 3 p.m. Nah, you don't want to do that on a Saturday. Nah, I'll do it.
I'm definitely for the Super League, man.
Super League, the thing, bruv.
For it. Nah, Super League is it, 100%. When I saw everybody screaming like it was a victory to drop it, I was like, boy, it reminded me of the elephant tied to the tree trunk who don't recognize that you're actually being like, UEFA isn't what you think. Like, this isn't a win for football. Like, it's not that. But anyway, a lot of people wanted to continue the way it's going. But like I said, for me, the Super League, I think it was a travesty that a lot of people weren't at least open to hearing about some new ways and some things we could probably change in football.
I like the way. No, listen, there was elements that I liked. I like the way that they all came together and tried to circumvent UEFA because of the bullshit we're used to. I just didn't like the element of taking the competition out of it, and it wasn't a conversation with everyone at the table, and just a select few. So that was my issue. I don't mind the fact that they wanted to have talks and that.
Because what the thing about it is that, like, I think it would have just progressed as it went along. Do you know what I mean? So it would have started off as one thing, and then it would have just grown into another thing, and just.
But it was American football, though. The settings was American football.
But then, Roland, if it starts like that, bro, doesn't it give an advantage to the teams that are initially in it though from the beginning?
But even like right now, like how UEFA was, like it weren't all the teams that we see in now. It kind of built.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? It started off as the elite because we had like.
And that man have been corrupt for years.
So long.
That's what I'm saying. Because them
Whoever was not pissed, they were involved.
Like, bro, I'm pissed about the World Cup next year. Like honestly, after Sepp Blatter and Platini and that got removed, how is this World Cup even allowed to continue, bro?
I don't know.
Like the campaign they ran to win it, was a summer tournament. So you win it and then you change it and you F up the entire European footballing calendar and just decide to have a Winter World Cup. What?
Them man are saying Christmas Day.
Mad.
Christmas Day we're having World Cup final. Are you mad? I'm having my
turkey. Mad. I'm not looking forward to it, bro. I'm gonna be watching thinking, I hope none of our players come back injured.
Let's let Rick go to bed. I'm going to go to school.
I'm gonna head off, guys, but I hope you don't mind if I quickly plug one or two things real quick.
Yeah. Shout your channel.
Yeah, man. So my channel is called Parallel Continuum. It's essentially like a history channel, but we kind of take events and news topics that people say they care about today. Like, the first one we've got up on the channel, up and running, is the Kwame Brown episodes, and then we parallel that and look at the similarities and some of the mindful traits we should pay attention to someone like Enrico Dandolo, who existed in the Middle Ages. We got the Kevin Samuels one. That one is a big and sick one. Like, honestly, check it out. That's coming soon. We've got one coming on Takashi 69. And in relation to football, it's not a football channel. It's kind of like Bible Project meets Joe Rogan meets Jordan Peterson, if you're familiar with any of those sorts of names. So it's a really good channel. Really exciting stuff coming on the way. One of the things that I'm doing, which is really close to my heart, like I only learned how to animate during lockdown, like, you know what I mean? So my animations are improving. So the first lockdown is when I actually began to pick up and actually practice the skill, but I'm getting better and better as I go along. But yeah, one of the ones I'm doing is a 5-part series, actually, is about racing sport and some of the things that we've seen going on in the Premier League, what we've seen going on in boxing, and what we see going on over there in the States as well. And drawing parallels and saying, how can we actually begin to, and which actually ties into Super League, how can we actually begin to use the parallel, that one, I'll reveal it because obviously it's exclusive, is actually about leverage and how we can use leverage in life to be able to change some of the things we say we care about, and not to be so quick to toss out things because, somebody might have told us you don't want to do that. But yeah, it's an interesting parallel, and I think if you guys sign up and look at that, yeah. No, yeah, but yeah, it's an interesting like honestly, it's an interesting channel, and if you're into them sorts of things, there, it's not quick filled and whatnot, like, you know what I mean. It's more of like an info tune where you just like plug in on your way to work, or if you're at work and you've got something in your headphones, just plug it in and listen to it. And yeah, Parallel, continue and subscribe.
No, big up for that. Brosh, Edna, I know you lot don't have channels, but thank you as always for the support. You know,
Yeah, man. I'll
Edna
catch you next time, bro.
Edna 316 is the label now, you know. saying that you come out here just.
We gotta play the music. You know, the Stone Cold music.
Literally, I'm going to get it downloaded. Anytime Edna jumps on the stream, I'm getting it downloaded. It has to be done.
Just
we need the Killing Them Softly beat as well, bro. Because sometimes even when Edna comes in with the calmness,
oh, it's mad, isn't it?
Spitting for fire.
Calm Edna is dangerous.
I think it was last week on KG stream, but it was so funny because it caught me off guard.
I watched it back. I was dying.
Yeah, that was so funny.
Hilarious. Nah.
It's been nice.
You know what? Anyone who's got that Photoshop skills, Edna, you need to drop a little picture of yourself on the group chat. We need to put you in the Stone Cold Steve Austin wrestling gear, get the music behind it.
Okay.
No, I'm only joking. Listen, I gotta teach these kids in the morning. I'm half not even caring about the teacher tomorrow. I'm thinking about the match.
You got a game, innit? Jeez. That's funny, man.
Listen, guys, no, thanks for coming on. Edna, thank you for just being you. And because I can tell you would really looking at throwing shots.
Sometimes you just have to let some things be. Same things you saying. People look at you like, "What are you talking about?" Then you just let them go on. Like someone from KG's show, the last part, he was saying that he wanted to go with Parallel because at some point he felt like he was thinking he was smarter than people, and thank God he said it himself on the stream. And Amza on the other side, interesting people.
Listen, football's all about opinions, innit?
It is.
All got one. Like at the end of the day, all I say is just treat others how you want to be treated, people.
100%.
Because I know it got a bit mad in KG's one earlier as well in the comments and that.
Yeah. I mean, we'll continue to just try and keep it respectful.
Yeah,
man.
It's just an opinion. If you want
that's
people
what
to have
it is,
their
isn't
opinion,
it?
you gotta
Because
let them have their
ultimately,
opinion.
this is the thing as well. Even though we may not all agree on stuff, like ultimately, we all want the same thing for our club.
Do you know the ones there?
Yeah.
I want to see my club win again, bro. I remember when I was a kid, my dad, whenever we used to win a title, my dad was like, "We're doing champions breakfast." I was like, "I want that again. I want the champions again." So
right, you haven't had that breakfast in a hot minute.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I was saying. Like, just because you criticize it doesn't mean that you don't support. You don't support the team. That has nothing to do with that. You just create. It's the same way you send this kid to school. You're not doing well. You scold them. You sit down with them and ask them what's going on. That don't mean you don't support your child.
Yeah, I mean, for me, that's what it is. I just say it's constructive criticism is what it is.
Bro, I want to take my dad to a game. I can't take him to no games like United are playing right now. You mad? You want to go to Spurs? I want to go to Spurs at the end of the month, at the end of October, bro. I can't take my dad to go see that shit, bro.
Imagine the Champions League. People are not looking forward to that game. What does that say? So it's you have to listen to what people are saying just to understand where they're coming from. You know, I'm not gonna say just because I'm saying it doesn't mean I'm smarter than you that you're saying something different. You know, it is what it is. I guess interesting people everywhere, so it is what it is.
Yeah. No, listen, Parallel. I know you're still in the chat. Like your opinions are always welcome. You know what I mean? I don't know what was said in the KG stream because obviously I've just not been about because I've been doing my own bit.
Yeah.
But, no, there was just some people, man. They were just getting a bit antsy and sending all kinds of emojis and just being a bit disrespectful. But yeah,
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah, like it just started to get a bit personal on that, innit? Like at the end of the day, it's
And
just people's
that's where it
opinions.
gets stupid. That's where it gets stupid.
Yeah,
innit?
yeah, like
Yeah.
we're all adults. Like, don't be calling people names and that.
No, so no, parallel, big up to you, man, and like you're always welcome to have your opinions here, man. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
He's
For the
sticking
third
that
time,
his
I'm saying I'm
word, so
going.
take that.
I gotta go sleep. I gotta teach these kids somehow tomorrow.
Bye, everyone.
Listen,
All right.
love to all of you. Like, share, subscribe. See you later.
Yeah,
Go on.
peace out, people.